All right, guys, we're doing push-ups and then we're going straight to the bar. All right, at home, easy money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven's gonna be our lucky number right now. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Let's go. Seven. Seven. Let's go, baby. One more. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Ooh. All right, let's get 7. Same grip. Ooh. All right, ready? Let's just rep out real quick. 1, 2. Let's go. Woo. Let's go, guys. You already know it. Sunday's the best day of the week. It's where we start to get our mind right. Do a little reflection process. I gotta get this Amazon package. Hold up. Yeah, I figured I'm gonna start doing these lives. What's up, Stella? Look at Stella. What up? That's the pup. But I was figuring I was gonna start doing these lives because we gotta get our mindset right. And there's no better way to do that than to starting off on Sunday, just repping out. You know what I mean? Repping out, getting that blood rate up, getting that oxygen up. Stella, I'm gonna be right down. Okay, baby. Okay, baby. So it's Sunday. Market opens tomorrow, and you gotta ask yourself, right? What sort of individual do you want to be? Are you trying to make the same decisions that you did last week? Same behaviors? Are you going to really try to do something different? That's why I posted that. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I posted something and it said learning is you doing something different in the same situation. Really think about that. Learning is doing something different in the same situation. All right, come on. Let's do a quick. We're going to do a couple sets and then we'll get back to learning. 1, 2, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Hit the bar. Go straight to the bar. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ready? Back to the floor. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you're breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 7. Getting a little weary. We've been at this for a little bit. Come on. Ready? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Let's switch up the grip. I'm going wide, but inside hands. All right, let's go back to what we were talking about. All right, so learning. All right, let's talk about it. The definition of learning is actually doing something different when you're in the same situation. All right, so think about that. Hold up. Think about that. When it comes to trading, market's going to open up tomorrow. And say you've been struggling with like FOMOing or blowing the account, right? Like you really got to ask yourself, when it comes to these futures funded accounts, right? Like one of the biggest issues I see with traders is that they'll do really, really good for like a couple days, 3, 4, 5 days. And then the moment price action gets bad or difficult, they throw it all away. And it's not necessarily that they're bad traders. It's just that they're not learning from their mistakes, right? And in that moment, it's just easier to go, you know what? I'm just going to full pour and just do the best that I can. And if it blows, it blows. It's only $50, right? That's really what a lot of, like, that's like the biggest issue. That is one of the biggest issues I see. So it's like, okay, how can we learn from that? How can we do something different? That's what's key, right? And actually preparing for the moment, right? Whether that's psychological, whether you're trying to build discipline like we're doing right now, just banging out some burpees and hitting the bar, right? You just got to you got to be able to put yourself in that situation so that you behave a little bit differently, right? And don't beat yourself up too much, right? Like we all make mistakes. I make mistakes constantly, right? I literally been making tons of mistakes my whole life. And what was it? 3 years ago, I was finally like, you know what? All right. I was over 300 pounds. I think most of you know the story. I was over 300 pounds, coming off anxiety medication. And I was like, yo, I just can't go on like this. So what we do? We learned. We finally hit the rock bottom hard enough where we're like, all right, guys, let's do something different. All right, set number 2. Lucky number. We're gonna stick with 7. All right. So once again, we're gonna go down 7 push-ups. Then we're gonna do 7 pull-ups on the bar, and we're just gonna go back to back. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. That's 7. All right. We're going wide grip. Go wide, get wide. 6, 7. Ooh, that felt good. All right. Let's go back straight to it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. All right, straight to it. 1, 2. Ooh, we gonna hang? All right, ready? Now let's just rep out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey. Elbows in. Right, and then you gotta breathe. 6, 7. That's it. Appreciate it, guys. So you know what? Let's go back to it. Tomorrow, market's gonna open up. You gotta ask yourself, right? I gotta ask myself, what sort of individual do I want to be? Do I want to be how I've always been? Like I really remember, I went through this period on the markets where I would take $1,000 and I'd be able to build it. I was a professional at turning 500 into like 25, 3 grand. I was a professional at it. Usually would take around 2 to 3 weeks, right? And I'm like, yo, listen, a couple grand in a couple weeks, that's actually really good. But what I was doing is I was repeating the same behavior over and over, right? As soon as I got to that certain psychological number, for me, it's around 2,500, a bad day would show up in the market. And it wasn't necessarily that the price action was bad. It was more or less like that I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle being in the same situation, making the same decisions over and over. So once again, how do we learn from it? How do we actually go, you know what? Next time I'm in that situation and the market's coming at me and it's not giving me good price action, how am I going to be able to walk away? And that's what our strategy does for me. Like the HBT cross, if you guys see my videos on my 3-step approach, that's literally what it's done for me. Is if it does not have follow through, I'm not trading. I'm done. I'm done. Or I'm sizing down, right? Ask everybody on the Discord, right? And what this does is it's like, all right, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I gotta find a way to remove myself from the market when I'm not really resonating with it. And it's kind of like you don't need to even know what really to do. What you need is just to know what to stop doing, right? Like, hey, you know what? I've been here before. How do I actually walk away? How do I actually walk away? Add a Q&A. I'm going to add a Q&A here. I don't know how to do this. Maybe we'll do it another time. Y'all just write whatever you want. All right. Ask the question. There we go. Boom. All right. Ready? I'm going to write, what's your biggest issue on the market? Boom. Start it. All right. So now we got this little Q&A over here. Is it going to be right there like that? I'm going to make this smaller. There we go. So what's your biggest issue on the market? Make sure you type it in there and we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. And while that's happening, we're going to do some more burpees. Hold up 1 second. Ready? Let's get this money. 3, 2, 1. Lucky number is. Let's go with 8. Don't be a little bitch. Bam. Go back up. All right, first rep down. Let's go. Number 2, straight to it. 6, 8. Ready? Next rep. Let's go. Woo! 8. Easy money. Ready? Let's go. Bring it down to 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Shake them out. Shake them out. Let's go. Ready? 1. All right, ready? Wrap out. 1, 2. All right, see if you can hang for a little bit. See if we can hang for a little bit. All right, guys. That's what I do all day. It's literally what I do. Burpees, pull-ups. Let me show you what's next. I'm about to make a video here in a second because I just finished creating this guy. Right? So once again, data is key. So for everybody on my Discord, I mean, you guys already know, but guys, you gotta believe me. You gotta listen to me when I say this. The data is so important, right? Like, I had one of my clients. He hit me up this morning. He's like, Josh, I spent all night running through the data and just really looking at it, right? And he goes, it's mind-boggling. He's like, it's so crazy how when we get this 3-step approach, right? He's like, the follow through on it is actually insane. And I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, this is the thing, right? Like, I could talk about it. I could show it to you. I can make videos on this till I'm blue in the face. But the thing is if you want that awareness, that level of consciousness where you actually have that trust and you're able to go, all right, you know what? When I see my strategy, I'm going to pull the trigger, right? Like think about it. We gotta scale up one day, right? We want to take ourselves to that next level. How can we expect to be able to trade with way more size and actually consistently if we don't know the data? Like, if we don't understand the data, and then our expectations are going to be flawed every single time. So that was a major breakthrough for Chris. Shout out, Chris. You're my boy. I'm so proud that you actually went through the data and had that massive breakthrough. See, this is the thing. All traders want a breakthrough, but they're not willing to put in the work, right? Nobody wants to be fat, but most people ain't ready to put in the work. You know, people want to have a good relationship, right? They with their children, with their spouse, but they're not willing to put in the work. This is why fitness got so important to me, right? Like, I had to be able to put in the work, right? I needed the proof. I needed the self-respect. I needed to be able to look in the mirror and be like, yo, you know what? Maybe I'm not a piece of shit, right? Like, maybe I am all right, you know? But this is the thing. You can only earn that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've accomplished. If you can't look in the mirror and actually like yourself, there's no way that you're going to be able to scale up or do anything good. And even besides that, like, there's no life worse than an individual that doesn't like himself. And take it from the guy that used to be over 300 pounds, okay? I literally used to be over 300 pounds. I hated my life. I hated everything about it. And then I decided one day, I was like, dude, I just can't do this no more. I can't. And doing these burpees ever since. Come on. All right. Magic number here is 7. Let's go back to 7. All right. So notice my grip here. All right. My grip is going right like it's angled, right? This is important. So when I go down to do my, right, watch the difference. Woo! You guys see that? So now when I'm doing my push-ups, I'm not like this. I'm like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. Bring them in. Boom. Let's go. What was the number? 7? 7. All right, ready? Bring it down. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. That's it right there. You know what's crazy? I wasn't going to do this. I was going to be like, you know what? And I was like, you know what? Now I got to do it. Now I got to do it. Right? It's all about putting yourself out there, helping others. Right? If I could get a little bit better and I could be there for people a little bit more, and even if I could just help one individual, then I'm thankful. I'm thankful. It's all, and that's what it's all about, right? Like waking up, because it's so easy. It's so easy to be like, man, everything's going bad. This ain't working. I'm stressed out. But you know what? And I know this sounds so cliche, and it's like everybody said it. But the truth of the matter is like most people in the world have it way worse, but they're still thankful, and that's why they're gonna actually live a way better life, right? Like I've met millionaires, people with tons of money that are successful, have healthy families, and they're still not happy. Why? Because their self worth is nothing. It's low. Your self worth is one of the most important things in the world, right? If you don't value you, you're never gonna you're never gonna want to even like get strive. You know, when the world's just throwing shit all over you, you got to dig deep. If you ain't got that self worth, it can't be bought. It's got to be earned, right? And you got to earn it every day. Every day I got to show up and put in work. And that's why burpees, guys, I'm telling you, burpees is a great way to do that, right? They suck just enough where you're actually putting in the work. So come on, let's go. Got a couple more minutes here, so let's get it on. This is why I'm starting HPT Trader Fit, right? Like, I'm starting a group for individuals that are traders only, looking to get in top shape, right? And it's going to be like a men's group where individuals are becoming the best versions of themselves. And honestly, that's what my Discord already is. But I want it to be more geared towards the mindset development, right? Actually pushing yourself to that next level and becoming the best version of you, right? So that's what we're building. That's what's coming in 2026. HPT Trader Fit. One, two. Come on, give me more of those. Mm. Burpees all day. Ugh. Yeah, it's going to be sick. We're going to create a community. Individuals are coming, becoming the best versions of them, right? Like, this is where you're going to want to come to just like learn the basic fundamentals about getting right, getting fitness right, learning to actually track your macros, right? Like, the workouts that you need to do, right? Like, you don't even need a gym membership. You see, if are we at a gym right now? Hell no. Upstairs, right? Look at that wall. We just moved in a couple months ago, but I gotta fill that up, and I probably won't because I'm most likely moving by the end of the year, or I'm sorry, by the middle of the year in June. But all in all, we're gonna build a phenomenal community for individuals to come and really take their lives to that next level and build that self worth. Because that's what it's all about, guys. The work instills the worth. Your ability to put in the work, and you ain't gotta be perfect with it. You just gotta be a little bit better. It's like I told my younger self, right? Like when I used to struggle on the markets, it was like I was like, Josh, you know what the crazy part is? I was like, if you could just learn to cut your losers in half, I was like, you'd be making ridiculous amounts of money. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. So basically, is what I really came like the conclusion I came to. I was like, all right, so if I took my losers and just cut them in half, right? So if I lost $1,000 instead of 1,000, if I turned it to 500, I was like, like I would make way more money. Just that one rule, right? So like you hear people talk all the time, like, oh, every trade's got to be perfect. It's got to have this amount of risk. You got to be your risk reward's got to be this 2%. Blah 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 blah. Bullshit. You know why it's bullshit? Because it's hard to implement. Right? Really think about it. It's hard to implement. So how I want to do it on the markets and in life is find a process that's actually simple, and that's why our system, the HPT Cross, is so damn simple. So it's executable. Right? Like, so like individuals are at work. Like, you know how many people on my Discord work full-time jobs? I got truck drivers. I got people that run IT departments. I got directors of quality departments, right? Like top tier individuals, engineers, right? At Tesla, JMA, all over the world. And they can actually trade my process. And they're like, Josh, it's simple. I ain't got to think about it. Right? They're like, I ain't got to think. I just execute. And I'm like, good. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm like, that's how it's supposed to be. When it's simple, it's easy to actually follow. So going back to like learning to stomp out, hold up. I'm like, bro, Josh, if you could just take your losers and cut them in half, I'm like, bro, you would literally be making thousands of dollars. All right, think about that. Think about that. So I just, instead of implementing a 30% stop loss, I just did a 50. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna get into this position for $1,000, and I'm gonna put a $500 stop in. I think you could stick to that, right? It's a little less daunting. And you know what's crazy? That one little tip right there could really change everything for you because that's what it did for me. That's what it did for me. So, at the end of the day, guys, I just wanted to, go live. I wanted to see, the feedback that we got when I did this. I'm really excited about 2026. I'm developing this group for individuals to come and really, be the best versions of them, right? And like, you don't need to show up on like as the 10.0 version. You just need to be willing to put in the work. You just need to be willing to put in the work. That's it. Right? And you'd be so surprised what being around the right team will do and really developing that mindset where that unbreakable, right? Like it doesn't matter what we're up against, right? Because think about it. What's the next couple of years going to look like if we don't get our heads right? If we don't get our hands around the process and the implementation and the systems that it takes to get in good shape, right? And actually make money in the game. Right? Like what does the next couple months look like if we don't learn that sort of stuff? I'm going to tell you. It's going to look the exact same. Right? If you have a garden out in front of your house, you don't do anything to it, what's going to happen to it? Everything's going to die. Neglect is the number one killer, right? Like, so when we like to shove it in the back of our mind because it hurts and it's painful, well, it's literally festering into a massive issue. So I want to make sure everybody has the resources to actually, learn the skills that they need and the habits that they need to push themselves to that next level. And that's what HBT is really all about, right? Like high performance trader, that just means you are a high performer in every area of your life, right? Like you are the individual that'll show up, that'll put in the work, that'll take it to that next level, that'll take the top spot, right? We've been the underdog since the beginning. We've been the underdog. Everybody told me, bro, don't do that. There's no way. No way that you're going to be able to level up. Look at everybody in the YouTube. Look at everybody in the industry. They're way bigger than you. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care because I'm going to talk to the individuals that are really there for the authenticity, right? The mindset, building that 10.0 version. All right. So all in all, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to be doing more of these because in my opinion, I really want to connect with you guys and see how I can best help you guys. All right. So thank you for showing up. I love y'all. Keep putting in the work. I'm about to drop a video here in a minute on, ready? Data, right? What are we sitting at? 72% win rate in the month of December. And you know what's crazy? Earlier in the month, it was trash. It was absolutely garbage. Oh, hold on. Can I do this? Yeah, check this out. So real quick here, for everybody that's with me, you'll see here, I'm about to make a video on this. And basically what this is a high level summary, which is just a data report of our strategy. And once again here, it's very simple process. Okay. We're looking for a move off open print. It's a 930 bell, moving average cross, and then that GBI. Okay. Just dropped a mini course on the GBI. Make sure you check that out. Off that 2-minute 20 retest, looking beautiful. But real quick here, large data review. Total. Ready? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months. We are sitting 78% win rate. Okay. So once again, I send these out to everybody that goes on my website and actually, subscribes to them. But this is the data right here that's going to really help you learn to execute. Right. And once again, the strategy ain't perfect. I'm not telling you it's perfect, but you know what I am telling you? It works pretty damn good. It does work pretty damn good. If you traded live with us last week, you know it. Um, it's simple, right? It's a simple process that's easy to implement. That's going to help you take your trading to that next level. So before I hop off, I just want to do one more set. I appreciate all you guys in the comments here posting. Make sure you guys comment. Make sure you guys like it so that it can push out to the world and we can help all the traders become the best versions of themselves. All right. So once again, it's only right if we finish it off with lucky number 7. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's go. Wide grip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ready? There it is. Back to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows in. 6, 7. Go. Wide grip. Let's go. Last one. 7. All right, let's wrap out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and just like that. And just like that, we got ourselves workout session. That's it. You gotta be perfect. You just gotta be able to show up, man. Just gotta be able to show up. All right, I gotta go get to work, building that mindset. Film that YouTube video. Like I said, even if it helps one individual, just learn a simple process. That's what it's all about. Do better, get better. Don't be afraid to do shit you don't like. All right, like if it's scary, do it. We got the holidays coming up. We got a new year coming up. We got 2026 coming up. How are we gonna do it different? What are we gonna do different? Right? The definition of learning, actually doing something different in the same situation. That is literally, all right, ready? The definition of learning, according to Alex Hormozi, okay, who's an absolute stud, he said, the definition of learning is you doing something different when you are in a similar or same situation. And this hit me so hard because I used to be the individual that was making the same decisions over and over in the market. One of my biggest issues with all my individuals in the mentorship are one of the biggest issues traders go through is that they make money, and then they lose it. Right? So ready? Learning would mean, and bring it back to that story I said in the beginning, right? I would make, a couple grand, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and then I would blow it. So for me to learn, I actually had to prepare for that moment. And the biggest thing was just learning to know when the markets were in bad environments and when they were in good environments. And when they were in bad ones, I just walked away. All right. I'm out, guys. Put in the work. Don't stop until you reach your dreams or you drop, baby. I'll see you guys in the next one.